Well, I'm at a new build here on Victoria Road in Douglas. A new build that I understand has gone up so fast. If you don't come down this road very often, you wouldn't even know. You've gone, wow. Steve, you're the architect.
Yeah, absolutely.
How quick was this?
Yeah, it was very fast. The system is a kit form, so it allows the construction side to be, as I say, very quick.
About 4 days, though?
Yeah, it is. It was about 4 days in the erection. Of course, it came when the rain came last year, and some of the challenges with COVID haven't exactly helped the progress. But that's another matter.
The main thing about this is it's completely different. It's an eco house. That's why we're here. Really, it's not just a house gone up fast. You have gone to right back and thought of every possible way to make this house efficient, and that must be the challenge in itself. And this is the first of its type.
Yes, it is. The key thing really is making it affordable, so that we can, it's really looking at grand designs at some of the great schemes out there. But what we're looking at is something that's affordable, but will achieve the, going forward towards the zero carbon. And this will work towards a passive house. And we've just got this hybrid built so that we can iron out any little technical challenges, etc.
You learned a few things building this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some of them I knew already. John of Rent Sustainable, who's put all this concept together, has obviously over the years developed this with engineers and other individuals. So we've had an engineer on the Isle of Man, John Gray Associates. So we've sort of evolved locally with people, and I think we've now achieved something that we can now take forward. And what we really want to do is look at something that's a sort of 6 or 8 unit site, and then we can take this to the next level costing wise and show the viability.
We've got a model there. Take us through it, because it starts from like a foam start. I mean, even the very bottom of this is unusual.
I'll try and summarise for you, because we can really get technical. And you don't want that, do you? But the key really is that we have a raft foundation system, and then we have a timber frame kit. But the important thing about this, what we call a sort of hybrid SIPs, means that it's a panel form, and we can actually use the attic space. So we use every part of the dwelling. We achieve the very high, what we call U values, which means that we don't lose the heat. And again, the system is introduced by Scott Frame, which have a system called Value Therm, which obviously by the nature of the name, that it's designed specifically to meet the new marketplace, in terms of...
I was hearing while you're having your talk there that you can go closer to other foundations or trees, because it's a completely revolutionary way of putting a house on top of the foundation.
Yeah. Well, in terms of, as we pulled all this together, the other thing that we've looked at is the how we deal with water runoff. These are all big issues to government and environment. So we now have a way of integrating the landscaping so that we don't crush the ground as we build as best we can. And we can integrate closer to landscaping because of some of the materials we used, such as the roof system, which is very lightweight, but can tolerate, I don't mean a tree falling, but, can tolerate small branches and things. So that means that we can integrate it better into the landscape.
Well, being an eco house is all down to the cost of heating this in the Isle of Man climate. So I'm hearing you haven't actually really got a heating system as we understand it.
No, that's right. Obviously, over the coming years, that's the other side. There's so many more things happening in the marketplace now for that energy input, which we can then scale down. And then we've reduced the thermal loss and the heat loss from the building. So this is how we end up very easily meeting the passive house standard.
Well, it is a grand design. I think
I'd like to say that.
Yeah,
that's good. There are some comparisons in the way we laid this building out. For those who don't know, it's actually back to front, but you can't sell that by looking at it. But the reason for that is it was meant to be comparable in terms of its orientation for other buildings, on the island, so that we can compare them.
Well, this is the beginning of something new for you. I'm guessing you've got great passion, I can see, on doing this.
Absolutely. And as well, John, Shepherd, who has helped put Rent Sustainable together and has built this, absolute all credit to him, for how he's managed to, pull all this together. So it's a team. We've all worked together, and, I'm Absolutely. And I'm not just excited for the Isle of Man. This is about developing concepts that will go over to the UK. The company who own the Scott Frame, who provide the timber frame system, have just been bought out by Saint-Gobain, and a very large conglomerate. And the interesting thing is that many people are starting to move into this market. They know where this kit form is going to go. And what we want is people on the Isle of Man to be able to integrate the specialist skills to, work that together. That's equally as important. Don't just want, lots of people coming over to help build it for you and leave all our poor workers without the income.
This is the future.
Absolutely, it is, yeah. The way forward.